Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to your 2024 reading. This is for Aquarius and Aquarius rising. And if you're new to my channel, I do a traditional cult across spread. I also use astrology in my guides to help bring a lot more clarity, to get more specific and detailed with your reading, Aquarius. I do this because you know I love you, Team Aquarius. I want you to feel like it's a personal reading, as if we're here one-on-one rather than a general spread. Lastly, I use astrology because it offers a lot more depth to your reading. So, Aquarius, we made it. 2024. 2024 is an amazing year. It's an absolutely amazing year. It's a powerfully charged year, and for you it is a life-changing year. That is not hyperbole. This is going to be a life-changing year for you. Pluto's moving into your sign permanently, but that's not the only thing that's happening. There's so many things happening in 2024. We have some really great auspicious eclipses. We have a lot of powerful new moons, a lot of powerful full moons too. Really game-changing ones. And lastly, 2024 is the year of conjunctions galore. There are so many conjunctions. I keep hitting the mic with my face. That's how excited I am for you, Aquarius. But conjunctions, by the way, are like the highest degree of like auspicious aspects. So there are too many to count in 2020. There's too many to count. So 2024, a big year of milestones, and especially for you when it comes to home, when it comes to family, when it comes to parents, children. A lot of y'all are possibly going to find your soulmates in 2024 if you're looking for it. If you're in a relationship, you're definitely getting married. If you're, in a relationship and, retired, you're still going to be doing something new and different and exciting with your loved one. But you may also have babies. Lots of them, maybe just one or two, but there's a reason for all this, and I'm going to break it down for you. But it is just such a big year for you, But what I'm going to do is first, the analogy I've making is 2024 is like the middle child of 2023 and 2025. It's really interesting, and this is just your year, okay? This is your year, Aquarius, and one of the reasons I say that is because the middle child, right, is a little bit more independent, just like you, Aquarius, okay? Does things on their own. They learn a lot. This is 2024 is going to be like learning a lot of things on your own and taking action and putting wheels in motion, but also just like the middle child, like you getting away with a lot of things. Like that's just like things that you couldn't do in 2023. It's such a great year. A lot of self-sufficiency, a lot of creativity in 2024. You will feel a lot of that creative energy. A lot that happens in 2024 will determine where you are in 2025. And I can't say the same thing for 2023 because the aspects in 2024 are very different. They're huge. There's so many huge aspects. We have some aspects that we haven't seen in 13 years. I mean, this is big. And then obviously, Pluto moving into your sign is going to be a big thing. But let me just give you a very quick preview of 2025 because this is so important, okay? And when I say what happens in 2024 determines what happens in 2025, a lot of people are already saying, the most important year that we've had in the past few years, the most important year of the decade, 2025 is huge. The reason why we have both Mars and Venus retrograde, which is a big thing in itself. We have the changing of the nodes, okay? So the North node moved into Aries last year, and the South moved into Libra, and they will be there all year long. So travel is going to be a big thing for y'all. There's going to be something around travel for y'all. Some changes and some different things around that, but the North node and the South node move in 2025. Now the North node moves into Pisces, and so we'll talk about this, but money is a big thing for y'all. It's a big thing for y'all, not only 2024 but also 2025. So the biggest thing of all, oh my gosh, I didn't even tell you the big thing of 2025. All the outer planets move. So Neptune, which has been in Pisces since 2011, is finally moving. It's moving into Aries. Saturn, one of your co-rulers, is moving into Aries. Uranus, your other co-ruler, is moving into Gemini. Do you see what's happening here? The lot of big changes for you, not just next year, but 2025 too. And then also Pluto is permanently moving into your sign in 2025. This Pluto in Aquarius, 20 years. 20 years, okay? And so, and Jupiter is moving into Cancer. Jupiter's exalted in Cancer. That's happening in 2025. So 2025, big year, but we're here for 2024. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break it down, and I'm going to tell you, Aquarius, the key thing that I want you to know for every month this year. Take out the notebooks, take notes if you need to take notes. I'm actually going to have to put on my glasses because I'm going to be looking at a lot of notes throughout this. But let's do it. Let's do this before I get to your spread. Now, January 2024, obviously the biggest thing that's happening is Pluto moving into Aquarius on the day of the sun moving into your sign. As soon as we enter your birthday season, happy birthday, Aquarius. Now, I'm going to do a separate video on Pluto and Aquarius. If you want to know more about Pluto and Aquarius, how it's going to affect you, I'll do this video. But if you just want like a little preview, this is the first time Pluto has been in Aquarius in 250 years. That's right. Not everybody on this planet gets to live through Pluto and Aquarius. That's how big this is. That's how big this is, okay? This is huge. And, you'll see that, it affects all of humanity. And we'll talk about it more, okay, later. And then speaking of humanity, Aquarius is a sign of humanity. So if you want to, I did a reel on what Pluto and what you can expect with Pluto and Aquarius. Just if you want to get a little bit more deeper, it's on my Instagram. It's pinned at the top. But just to give you an idea of what's going to happen for the next 20 years. It's deep. It's deep. It's cool. Now in February, you're going to love this. Both Mars and Venus, okay, conjuncting Pluto in Aquarius. So a lot of activity in your sign. All right. Already kicking off in January. Now, March, we do have that lunar eclipse in Libra. Okay. So keep that in mind. This one's probably like the most serious eclipse out of all the eclipses this year. But there is definitely going to be something that you may be letting go around this time. Lunar eclipses are like a time of conclusion. This is in your 9th house of spirituality, your the way that you see things, like your philosophies, even education. Some of y'all could be finishing up school, or even like, finishing up something to learn something new. It's also long distance travel and also publishing. So those could be key factors around this lunar eclipse in Libra. And remember, it's, it is a little bit more serious than the other ones, but it doesn't mean that it's like bad or anything. Now in April, we have the solar eclipse in Aries. Now, this is a total solar eclipse. This is major. Absolutely major. And what I'm going to do is after I do your spread, then I break it down seasonally. And then I will give you the key dates for you to know, unique to Aquarius, okay? The ones that I want Aquarians to pay attention to, and like the best days of every month, for you to help to plan for the year. Now, in April, the second big thing, the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction in Taurus. So, this is that day. It's been 13 years, and this is huge. And so you'll hear a lot of people say this is the biggest day of the year. You'll hear people say this is the biggest day of the past few years. You'll see people say this is the biggest day of the decade. Like, this is big. This is big. We'll talk about it later. Now, in May, the Sun and Venus conjuncting Uranus in Taurus. That is another big thing. We also have the Sun conjuncting Jupiter. This is the best day of the year. And then Jupiter moving into Gemini. This, Aquarius, you're going to appreciate. You're going to love this, okay? This is moving. Jupiter is moving not only into your BFF, Gemini, fellow air sign, but moving into your 5th house. Okay, so what does that mean? The 5th house is pleasure, okay? Love, romance, creativity, sex, okay? Family, children. And so you're about to have the most fun that you've had since 2012. All right, since 2012. This is really, really good. And again, this is the year that a lot of y'all are going to be moving into relationships, steady relationships. This is the year. This is the year. Okay, so really love this for you. Now, in June, Jupiter trining Pluto. So this month includes the best money day of the year. All right. Now, July, Mars conjuncting Uranus and Taurus. You see how we still have all this activity in Taurus. So the first 6 months, 7 months, a lot of y'all are moving. A lot of y'all are having kids. A lot of y'all are doing something with your home, renovating, possibly buying real estate, possibly opening an Airbnb, possibly getting a new roommate. There's a lot of activity here. But remember, this is Jupiter in Taurus. So we're talking about growth, expansion, prosperity, profit, good fortune, good luck. So absolutely amazing. Now, when we get to August, one of my favorite new moons is happening in August. It's in Leo. So this is a big new moon in terms of partnerships and relationships for you. Now, in September, we come to the lunar eclipse in Pisces. So this, again, remember your second house, salary, money, income, but also self-worth, self-value, a lot of you have Pluto, the planet of power and empowerment, moving into your sign. Like, when I say your life is changing and you're going to just be this, you could be like the most influential person in your orbit, in your world, in your community, in the universe, in the multiverse. It's like big. Okay. Now October, solar eclipse in Libra. This is our second eclipse in Libra. We'll talk about this. This is around the time most of the planets start retrograding. November, we have the sun trining Saturn and Mars. I love it. And then December, we have this wonderful, great full moon in Gemini that I think you're going to really love. Okay. So as you can see, a lot of big things happening for 2024. Now, you see that a lot of auspicious aspects. I'm just telling you the key things. Some of these don't even include the best day of the month. This is crazy. Okay. Now, the thing that I want you to know is with every year we do have challenges, right? We have challenging aspects. Life is not a Disney movie. You are not Goofy. I'm not Donald Duck. Okay. There's gotta be some what's her name? Cryptella, or what's the witchy? Anyway, you get what I'm saying. There's going to be some challenging aspects, and you're definitely going to feel it a little bit more than others. And you may feel some pressure around money and finances. And even there's going to be this kind of tug of war between Saturn and Pluto for you. So because we do have some Jupiter Saturn squares. Remember, Saturn is one of your ruling planets, your traditional ruler, but also Saturn is in your second house of money. So there could be some pressure around money too, but you have Pluto there as well. So Mars and Saturn are going to square a couple times. And then there's a couple full moons I do want you to watch out for. And then Mars goes retrograde in December. And so that, carries on into 2025, but obviously, we'll talk about that in a year from now because that's not happening. That's happening in December. So again, you see what's happening for you. The first half of the year, boom, 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 ascending, empowerment, money, home, family, a lot of great things. Okay. In that regard. And then the second half of the year is all moving toward things that are passion, love, pleasure, family, children, and also, again, creativity. Y'all, come on. The Jupiter's in Gemini, the planet, the sign of communication and writing. Come on, write a book. There's so many things you can do. It's unlimited possibilities. So with that said, Aquarius, let's get started. Let's see what's going on for you for 2024. Again, this is for Aquarius and Aquarius rising. If you want to read for your birth chart, or your moon and your Venus, if you know your birth chart, you're absolutely welcome to. But let's do it, Aquarius. Let's get started. See what's going on for you. Okay, so like I said earlier, I I do a traditional Celtic cross spread. Really does give the best overview. If we need to pull clarifiers, we'll pull clarifiers. Secondly, Aquarius, remember, this is a yearly reading right here, okay? And then I break it down, and then I'm going to point out the dates. I'm going to pull a lot more cards. So, Aquarius, very interesting. Very, very interesting here. Oh my goodness. This is so crazy. When I say 2024 is going to be life-changing, please remember that you're going to have a big life-changing year. And so I love what's happening here. You have the Six of Cups. One of my favorite cards. This card really has a high association with nostalgia. So you could have like a lot of nostalgic moments throughout the year, or especially when you're kicking off 2024. We do have a lot of aspects that it may, where you are, when we kick off January, we're in Capricorn season, but then there's a lot of planets in Capricorn that, move over into your season. And so that is your 12th house of the subconscious, intuition, but also just like going deep, right? So, but in a good way. So it's almost like there's this ramp up, or both actually, into this new, just kind of like life change of yours. But a lot, thinking about those wonderful things that brought you to this moment. Okay, so that's the energy that I'm getting. The other thing about this card, it's all about sharing. It's all about kindness. It's all about like love, and it's like you're moving into 2024, letting your guard down, letting your hair down, like really, really tapping into that energy. Like it's really like, you do see the two kids here, like children, right? So really tapping into that inner child as well. Like think about when you were a kid, right? Think about any kids. They have so much innocence about them. They don't like, there's no ego. There's like, you're good. Six is the heart of the tree of life, by the way. So that's very nice. And I really, really, really do love that for you. Now, in the heart of your spread, you got the Hermit. Oh my goodness. I cannot believe this. This is really, really, really crazy. And the reason why, I'm going to tell you two reasons why. One, the Hermit. Think about the medieval times when tarot came out, right? People would trek for weeks to go seek answers and sage advice and wisdom from the hermit that lived in a cave, okay? So this is a card where it's all gray. It's all about wisdom. You're just becoming wiser this year, and you're going to do a lot of, remember, 2024, the middle child. The middle child's like quiet too, and, does a lot of that soul searching and introspection and reflection and things like that, right? So anyway, there you go. The Hermit, a lot of soul searching, a lot of like discovering who you are, a lot of y'all thinking about, all the accomplishments that you have made to this point. What do you want next? Okay. That is what the Hermit's made a lot of accomplishments. He's climbed the top of the mountain. All right. And now he wants to know, he's spending this time going within, right? Going within, a lot of that introspection. Pluto in Aquarius is, first of all, that's your first house. That's identity. That's you. Pluto, very powerful planet. All right. Very powerful planet. Again, we're going to talk about this a lot more in January, but this is a yearly reading. So the biggest thing of all, remember what I said, how I kicked off this reading saying that your life is going to change in 2024, and that's not hyperbole. Well, the Hermit is Virgo. Virgo rules your 8th house of transformation and death and rebirth. You saw me shuffle. I don't make this up. Now, you did get the 3 of Swords in your challenge area. Okay, so there is going to be something. I feel like there's going to be something hard for you to let go. It's in your challenge area, and so that's what happens when. First, with Pluto and Aquarius, again, it's going to have a really big impact on you. But the fact that we're starting off the year with all the planets, not retro, like they're all, Uranus is going direct in January. So we're starting off like the first 6 months with none of the outer planets retrograde. And so a lot of movement as soon as we kick off January. All right. So one of the reasons I bring that up is because it's really interesting. It's like you're going to go really deep right away, especially with all this activity in Capricorn. And then you hit your birthday season. What happens during birthday seasons? We have those moments of, what have I accomplished? Like, oh my gosh, I'm turning another year. So everyone during anyone's birthday season, they do go really reflective. They get really reflective. Also, we've just come out of a new year where everyone's making New Year's resolutions. They're thinking about what they want to do for the year. So yes, this is going to be a big thing for, especially at the beginning of the year. But once all these, like your life starts changing, a lot of like introspection mode. While you do that, Aquarians, y'all are in your head a lot, okay? And so it's a matter of doing that soul searching, but like connecting with your intuition, okay? And not being in your head so much, even though this is considered like in layman's terms, right? Like the heartbreak card or whatever. It really, at the end of the day, it's still the sword suit. The sword's up here, right? It's the mental suit. It's all what's going on up here. And so it really is, with the Three of Swords challenging the Hermit, which is, interestingly, this is a Libra card. This actually is attributed to Saturn in Libra. Remember, there's a lot of things that you have to let go in that area of your life, all right? So it can be a partnership and a relationship that maybe you realize that you're like, okay, this is going to have to come to an end. And there could be a lot of moments of that, especially because we have a lot of activity in Libra. We have 2 eclipses in Libra. We have a lot of other things happening. But the other thing is that, remember, the South Node moved into Libra. So the North Node, if that's your destiny, if that's your true calling, the South Node is like what you have to leave behind, right? And that's in your 9th house. So something definitely spirituality related, especially with the Hermit and the Heart of your spread. But again, it can be a way that you see things. Maybe there's something that you're seeing that it's like, the way that you saw something for a long time, it was your philosophy for a long time, but then now you're in a position, whether it's like you entered a relationship and someone's making you see something differently. Maybe you are taking a class or a course and you're seeing something differently. And it can be like really hard to leave that, like, the mindset behind that you've carried on for, decades, maybe even, right? So that's another thing. And it could also even just be the fact that, there is something travel related that's coming to an end, especially long distance travel or working with people overseas, that just could be coming to an end around this time. And it's just hard for you, but it's because you're entering this new chapter in your life. Now, you have the Queen of Cups in your crown. This is so significant. This is humongously significant, especially because Queen of Cups coming up in your crown. One, the Queen of Cups is the most intuitive queen, right? The most loving queen. So there's a lot of you just wanting to not only share that love. Remember, you have this. We're coming after the six of Cups here, and the Cups is like emotions and love and feelings. And so a lot of y'all opening up a lot more this year. Okay, opening up a lot more this year, and I encourage you to. Okay, be vulnerable. Be vulnerable. All right, Aquarians are known to, keep people at arm's length. You only let like certain people into your life, and that's how the cards roll, right? Or the dice roll, or whatever roll. I'm an Aquarius, so I can attest to that. But the Queen of Cups, again, not only the most like loving queen, but very highly intuitive. In fact, this is one of very few cards in tarot that have the color purple and violet in it. And why is that significant? Because purple, violet has the shortest wavelength, meaning it has the highest level of energy. That is why our crown chakras, purple, violet, spiritual awareness. You got the Hermit in the heart of your spread. And now you got the card of spiritual awareness with violet and purple. That is the crown chakra in your crown. Hello. Get more purple in your life. Purple's really great to have in your life, by the way. I'm just letting you know. I should have worn a purple shirt. Hey, you got the 5 of Wands in the root of your spread. So there's a lot of noise. There's a lot of noise throughout this year. Again, there's going to be, I will let you know now, I'm not going to sugarcoat this. Throughout 2024, there are going to be moments of a lot of egos at play. especially with Pluto in your sign. It's powerful. It's powerful. Okay. It's like when you find the hidden immunity idol, you don't have to, you can just lay there and camp and like let people like cook for you and stuff. And gosh, I hope anybody gets that reference. Does anybody get that reference? I'm really into this show. But it really is like a lot of power that you're coming into, a lot of empowerment, but also like, there's almost like a reset button that's going to be pressed on you, and like everything's just going to change in a very powerful way. But let me remind you, Pluto is a planet where it's asking, are you going to fear me or are you going to own me? And you're going to have a lot of that because Pluto's moving into your sign. Now, you have the 5 of Wands in the root of your spread. And so there definitely is a conflict. The biggest message coming out for me is conflict with like a partnership relationship. There may be something that you want to let go. There may be one that you want to patch up. And it could just be like a moment throughout the year. It could be a couple times throughout the year, but that is the biggest message coming out for me. All right. So the other thing is that there is actually, when you think about it, this is a Leo card. Leo is your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. Now, the other thing is this is a card of severity. It's a challenge card associated with the 5th sphere and the tree of life. It's the least severe. You see, it's just kids swinging their wands in the air. And so when I say there's going to be some noise, a lot of it actually is coming like through you. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. Like you're going to feel a little like maybe like internal conflicts or do I do this? Do I do that? Or there could be like you may want to do this thing, but you're in your head so much and you got to do that deep soul searching. You don't want to be hurt from things that like happened in the past. And so you're trying to find new ways to do things. 2024 is going to be a big year for you. All I have to say at the end of the day, just be you. Just be authentic. Just be you. Okay? That's all that matters. All right? Tap into your spiritual side, your intuitive side. That's going to make a huge difference. All right? When you're in touch with your intuitive side, there is no stress. There is no worry. There is no doubt. Okay? You're going to handle that Pluto and Aquarius energy a lot better. In fact, the past few days for me have been like out of control. I have I actually got on a call with a friend. He was just asking me a question and I like unloaded for like 45 minutes. Sorry, I don't mean to laugh. I mean, he does the same thing to me. It's really funny. But it's just like how you handle the situations. And I was like, okay, like, fortunately, like I didn't take a baseball bat and like, completely destroy my apartment because this one thing happened. It's how you handle the situations. Okay. And you being in touch with your intuitive side. All right. That is, again, going to make all the difference. All right. It's like you being in touch with your super conscious. Right. And so you can sit there and you can have people literally like hurling rocks at you, calling you names, saying all these things to you, your boss saying you're fired. None of that will matter at all. At all. If you're in touch with your superconscious, like love and intuition, I know I'm going too deep into this, but anyway, you will be fine. And so there could be some competitive moments too. Remember, Jupiter is going to move into Gemini the second half of the year in your 5th house. It also rules recreation. And so there could be this competitive aspect to you. And again, 2024 is the year of the middle child, but for you, very particularly, the middle child's very competitive, right? So this card is highly associated with the competition. All right. So it could be like competition in sports, competition in, sibling rivalry, competition in getting a job, like who's going to get the promotion, like things like that. But if there is more of like egos at play, there's going to be a lot of egos at play this year. It is going to be one of those years. If that is, just make sure you're the one that brings people together. You are the humanitarian. And at the end of the day, the 5 of Wands, competition. Take it back to its etymological root. Competere, we're going way back to Latin. It actually meant to come together. All right. So be that person. Be that person. And you're going to be fine. You got the Queen of Wands in your future. You're good. You're good. The Queen of Wands. Power to attract anything she wants. And again, this is you just being on this higher platform. You can even see her platforms raised, but even her throne as well. But she has the sunflowers, not only in her hand, but in her throne as well. And so it has the full powers of the sun, vitality, growth, opportunities. But also these sunflowers actually appear in the sun card too. And wands, not only career, right? So rising in career, becoming this leader and being the most popular one, the most charismatic one, everyone looking up to you, everyone loving you, right? But it is also just your passions. If you're not here for a career, just your passions. It's gonna be really nice. There is a sense of transformation that's just really heavy, not only astrologically but even in your spread. All this movement, I really love that. I really do love this for you. And again, it just seems like you are gonna be on this platform where you are going to be, it's almost like you're going to be heard and people are going to be looking up to you in ways that you could never have expected, which is really great. Really, really great. Some of y'all are actually thinking about love. It's almost like some of y'all have like chosen to be single, or maybe have just been single, have been too busy to be dating, or have been too busy to put more effort into a relationship or whatnot. But then it's just like all of that's going to change with the Queen of Wands, because you're going to realize that it's you don't want that anymore. But even it could be vice versa too. But if it is vice versa, it would be like you just having like casual fun with like dates and stuff, and sex too. Okay, because that is a thing. I'm just gonna put it out there. Jupiter and Gemini is your 5th house. Sex is part of that. So and then remember, you got the Hermit in your heart of your spread, which is your 8th house. Sex is in the 8th house too. So let's get to your stuff before this gets awkward. Aquarius. Has anyone ever said that? Did I just make up a new word? Awkwardius. Anyway, if you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments, share and stuff too. And if you are a subscriber, thank you so much for being here. Y'all are amazing. Tell me what you expect for 24, or what's happening for y'all. I'm very curious. I always love hearing from y'all. Anyway, let's get going. You're good. You're good. Aquarius, don't mess around with me. Don't mess around with me. You know you're good. Don't mess around with me. Look at this. Oh my gosh. You're amazing. You've got this. 2024 is going to be a life-changing year for you. It's going to be one of the biggest years for you. It's going to be one of those years where you look back to and you're like, and it all began in 2024. You got the Chariot. Okay. One thing that I do want to let me tell you something. I forgot to say in the beginning of your reading. 2024 is the year of 8, okay? And so if you're into numerology, 8, wealth, abundance, success. I don't know why I'm doing this. And I'm being so dramatic with those pauses between each word. Who am I? Aquarius. Yeah, it's going to be a big thing for you, especially with Saturn in Pisces, Neptune in Pisces. But there's going to be a point when Venus goes into Pisces, and Venus is exalted in Pisces. And remember, this is all in your 2nd house, right? Of money and wealth. And so you're taking money and wealth a lot more seriously too. But even still, you did get the Chariot, which is really great. This is all about moving forward. This is all about moving forward, balancing any dualities in your life. Anything like that has been like, it's just really harmonizing now, especially again, spiritually and internally, but even in your external world as well. Really just having like, it feels for me like being in a mindset too, more powerful mindset that's coming up. In fact, the charioteer here actually controls his sphinxes with his mind. You see him not holding any reins, right? So I really, really do love this for you. There is going to be a sense of just like you moving forward and not looking back now. Hello. You got the Two of Cups in your external factors area. So literally what I was just saying, not even 3 minutes ago, or maybe 4 minutes ago, some of y'all are now looking for love. Some of that is going to be something that's going to really inspire you or fuel you. It's like, now I want to, move out of this. Like, I just haven't had time, or I've been too busy, or maybe I didn't want it. But now you're looking for that. You're looking for that, especially when Jupiter enters Gemini. Again, your fifth house of love and romance and sex and family and children. But this is on the heels of Jupiter and Taurus in your fourth house of your domestic partner, like relationship and home and family, and creating that and moving and things like that. So you just got the card of like true love, the twin flame card, the soulmate card, like in your external factors area. You're good if you want that. And here's the thing. This is, yes, love transcending time and space itself. It was, Aristotle who said, like, love is composed of a single soul inhabiting two bodies, right? Back in 4th century BCE. This is that card. You hear the church bells? Come on, Aquarius, that's a sign. That's a sign. Remember, I said a lot of y'all are going to get married this year, or move in with partners, or meet your soulmates, or come on. That's a sign. That's a sign with the Two of Cups. Now, what I was saying is, if you're not here for love, career energy, new partnerships in career, okay? In career, in your job, especially, like, we do have a really great new moon in Leo that I really love. It's going to be a thing for you. It's going to be a thing for you because, remember the Queen of Wands, she is like the entrepreneur. All right. So huge ascension, elevation in that area. You do see the winged lion here. Remember I said Leo is your 7th house of partnerships and relationships, coming with the Queen of Wands, where you do see the lions in her throne as well. So come on. That's a big thing, because remember what I said, 2024 is a year of 8. And so 8 is the strength card ruled by Leo. All right. So 8 is all about money, wealth, success, abundance. And so, again, if not money, just like wealth in all those areas, abundance in your life, success in relationships and partnerships. Also a lot of self-love too. And it could be even platonic as well. Like BFF, or like bro energy, bromance or whatnot, or girlmance. Is that a thing? Girlmance? I don't know. Now, 6 of Wands. Hello. You're just rising above. You're rising above. That's all you want. All right. And you are, like I said earlier, going to be in a place where you are heard, where people are just going to see you in this way where they like respect you, adore you, applaud you. Like Aquarius, this is your year. Pluto's moving in your sign. It's like your secret superpower. And again, another reference to Leo. This card is actually Jupiter in Leo, but it's a Leo card. So very interesting. So partnerships and relationships could really be a big thing for you this year as well. But when you think about what's happening, we always like to track Jupiter, right? So the fact that it's moving into your 5th house is a big deal. And so, yeah. And then you got the Ace of Swords in your final outcome. And so, wow, that's a lot of power. Remember, Pluto's moving in your sign already. So we already know you have a lot of power in 2024. Now it's completely affirmed with the Ace of Swords. Aces usher in the most new change, right? Out of the minor arcanas, new change, new beginnings. Remember, I said I feel like a lot of y'all are going to be moving with your mindset, a new mindset. Swords, the mental suit, right? And so swords are also change. So this is one of the biggest change cards you got in your final outcome. And there's a lot of peace that comes with this card. A lot of contracts is going to be a big thing for y'all. And there are a lot of days of like you are definitely going to sign a contract this year a couple times, like auspiciously. And also with the Ace of Swords, just remember that, I mean, this is a card of victory. It is a card of success. It's all of that. But there is almost like this huge mental breakthrough that you have. But again, you're just going to be in this different place that you've never been before and to feel all this power. With great power comes great responsibility. Remember, I said you're going to be in a place where you're rising above. In fact, with the Six of Wands, you see the people cheering the amount like behind him, right? This card is all about eminence, right? And that is what it like eminence. If you take that back to its Latin roots, eminere, okay, to rise above. Like this is you in more ways than one, like just becoming this powerful, influential person. Like being heard and seen and loved and adored and applauded. Like, are you Harry Styles? Like, come on. I'm just, he is an Aquarius. That's why I'm referencing him. Now, Aquarius, let me break it down. Month by month, we're going seasonally. Okay. So what I'm going to do is go seasonally, tell you the best day I want you to look out for every month. January, February, March is what we're starting off with. Now, January is very different from January's past, especially the past 3 years, actually. This January, boom, kicks off with a bang, with a big bang, okay? With a big bang bang. Now, the reason why is because Mercury goes direct right away. Mercury's been retrograde all of December, or, well, it started halfway through, like the 13th. And so why is this important is because Mars moves into Capricorn on January 4th. Now, this is going to be a little interesting for you. And I just want to bring this to your attention because this is going to be interesting. Mars is exalted in Capricorn. Mars loves being in Capricorn. It's like a scoop of ice cream loving being on top of a cone. Like Mars loves being in Capricorn. And so it's all leading up to the new moon in Capricorn on the 11th. Now remember, Capricorn's your 11th house. I'm sorry, 12th house. Your subconscious, like intuition. So there could be something unlocked in that area. Dreams, pay attention to your dreams, especially around this new moon. Okay. They could be telling you things. Remember, tapping into your intuition. Okay. It's also, facing a lot of fears, letting go of like self-sabotage energy, knowing that you have this confidence moving forward. The 12th house is also like hidden things. So a lot of things could be happening behind the scenes for you at this time, in a really big positive way. And one of the reasons why is because on the 12th, Mars will trine Jupiter. And I really do love this day. It is one of the best days of the month. Okay. A lot of wealth around this time, finances, comfort, stability that come with this aspect. But again, Mars, remember, is going to be in your 12th house. So again, there could be just something brewing for you. Now, Mercury's going to enter Capricorn. So we're going to have a bundle of planets in Capricorn as we enter your birthday season on the 20th. Happy birthday, Aquarius. Now, Pluto moves into your sign on that day when the sun moves into Aquarius. Again, we'll talk about Pluto and Aquarius later. You're just going to feel a huge shift here. Venus is moving into Capricorn at this point. So you see, we have like a chock full of planets in Capricorn. So you being in your head a lot, but also letting things go, releasing things, having that hermit energy, doing that soul searching. What do you want to leave back in 2023? And then Uranus, your modern ruler, goes direct. Now, the best day of the month of January. Do you see all of that's happening in January already? Like this is a crazy year. There's a lot of big things happening in every month, but the best day of January is January 28th. And there's 3 reasons why. 1, Venus is going to trine Jupiter. Oh my goodness. Really great day for love, for money, family stuff for you, especially too. Okay. Really, really great for first dates. If you are single, one of the reasons why, the second reason why it's a good day is because Mercury will trine Uranus. And so Uranus is your ruling planet and Uranus has gone direct. And Uranus is all about surprises and breakthroughs. So there could be some breakthrough moment here. Remember, you already got the Ace of Swords for the year. So this is going to be a big day. Remember this day. Something could happen around this day where you're like, whoa, that was unexpected. You could have a sliding doors moment. You could, meet your soulmate around this time by missing your train by 2 seconds. So anyway, best day of the month. The third reason why it's the best day of the month is because January 28th is my birthday. Happy birthday. To all Aquarians, by the way, because we are in Aquarius season. All right. Now, February. All right. We do have a new moon in your sign. It is going to be on February 9th. Okay. There is, for this one, Uranus is a little naughty. There could be something surprising around this time. But remember, with every new moon, you want to plant seeds. They begin new cycles and you want to manifest. You want to manifest every day. But if you're going to do any sort of like manifestation rituals or set intentions, this is the time. This is a new moon in your sign. Now, the day that I want you to know is the best day. I love the 17th for you. Venus conjuncting Pluto. Remember, Pluto's in your sign. You're thriving at this point, but there's so much passion and power around this day. It is really, really nice, actually. I really love this day for you. Mars is going to conjunct Pluto on the 13th, February 13th. These are two very powerful planets getting together. Remember I said that middle child energy, and like the middle child can be like a little revolty. But this is very you. Aquarians are the rebellious ones, right? You are the independent ones. So this is like one of those days, like really amped up energy. Again, Pluto is in your sign. So really big thing here. But at the same time, just remember, this is something where something could just be really unlocked for you. I actually do like this, but use it to your advantage. Okay. Remember, always use these aspects to your advantage. Now, on the 28th, February 28th, check this out. The sun is going to conjunct Mercury. Mercury's conjuncting Saturn, and the sun is going to conjunct Saturn. So this is very interesting. This is absolutely interesting. A lot of money stuff happening here for you. All right. So this can be, I feel that, it really depends on your birth chart and, a lot of other aspects, but this is also a day, like it's very money related. Remember, Saturn's in Pisces. We're in Pisces season at this point. But you can be a force to be reckoned with on this day. So use it to your advantage. Now, on March, on the 1st, one of the best days of the month, the sun sextiling Jupiter. I love this. This is around this time that I personally feel like a lot of people are going to start having hints of like what their future is going to be like. And this, again, it's just, such a beautiful day. Such a beautiful day. I love this day. What else is happening? Mars has moved into your sign at this point. I do want you to, I do want you to watch out for March 9th, okay? Because Mars will square Uranus, okay? Now, Mars is in your sign at this point, and remember, Uranus is your ruling planet, and it is in Pisces in your second house of money. But here's the saving grace, is that the sun will sextile Uranus. So it's a very interesting day with like a lot of happy surprises. It just could be like, it could hit hard. Like it could be like, whoa. So keep that in mind. Now, I do love the new moon in Pisces on the 10th. Remember, new moons, new beginnings, new cycles. Now, this new moon in Pisces is in your second house of money. Money, money, money. Money, money, money. And then on the 11th, Venus moves into Pisces. Remember what I said, Venus is exalted in Pisces. And so at this point, we have so many planets in Pisces. We have the sun in Pisces. We have Venus in Pisces. We just came out from that new moon in Pisces. We have Saturn in Pisces, Neptune in Pisces, all in your second house of money. Venus is going to be in Pisces for weeks too. So this is really great. Now we come to, what else? Oh, and then Mars moves into Pisces on the 22nd. Like, hello. So yeah, March could be like a money machine for you. Now on the 25th, We have the full moon, lunar eclipse in Libra. This is the one where it's a little bit more serious. There could be, again, something with partnerships that may be coming to an end. Also, a way that you see things could be coming to an end, or just wrapping up, or you just ascending on a whole other level. But what I love is on the 28th when Venus sextiles Uranus. Oh my goodness. This is just like another day where you could meet your soulmate or just feel ascension in a relationship. If you are in a relationship, you could just feel it like down to your bones. I love this. So let's see what's going on for you, Aquarius, for January, February, and March. Your life is going to change. Your life is going to change. Aquarius, I think you're the first sign I've ever sung to. I don't even know if that was a song, but your life is going to change. You have the Seven of Pentacles, Page of Swords, and the Page of Wands. 2 pages. 2 pages. You know the pages are new beginnings. They bring in that fresh new energy. It's you starting to remember. I said there's that big pivot in your mindset. Okay, pages are also messengers, so you could be getting a lot of messages. Mercury's very active, by the way, but even still, with the Seven of Pentacles here, you will have this moment of like, whatever you're investing in, is it time to let it go, or is it time to ascend in that area? As an example, if you've been out of a job for 5 years, is it time to do something new, start your own business? Or is it time to get promoted, have a new job title, move to a different department? You're going to have some decisions. It can also be actual investments. It is Pentacles. But just remember, Pentacles are your physical reality. So it can be like what you've invested in a relationship, or do you know what I mean? Like that. But it looks like you are going to make a big decision, and it looks like it's going to be like an amazing one. Like your life starts changing like immediately in 2024, like in the beginning. I mean, again, Page of Swords, a huge messenger, but he is so enthusiastic, so ready to go. He's got the best man bun in tarot. I mean, this is someone who's just like, even mentally, you're just stoked. You're ready. And then especially, with whatever decision you make here, should you make a decision, because sometimes you don't have to. It's just more like thinking heavily on something, but with the 2 pages following it after, it does look like there is going to be a change. And then you have the Page of Wands all about your passions, but also career related as well. You're good now. So April, May, and June. April and May, by the way, are the 2 biggest and best months of the year. May, arguably, well, I would even say unarguably, the best month of the year. Everyone's going to say May is the best month of the year, and I agree, it is the best month of the year. But with April as well, up there as well. Now, on April 1st, Mercury is going to go retrograde in Aries until 2028, the longest Mercury retrograde we've had ever in our life. Just kidding, April Fools. So, Aquarius, on April 3rd, Venus is conjuncting Neptune. By the way, Mercury's only going to be retrograde for like 2.5 weeks. All right. So, but it is in Aries. So it's going to be like you thinking it like communication wise, and it's in your 3rd house of communication. Also, something with siblings you could be reassessing something about like siblings or neighbors around this time as well. Now, on the 3rd, Venus conjuncting Neptune. Love this. This day is like a fairy tale. I'm not even joking. Now, here's the thing about Aries. We have the new moon, total solar eclipse in Aries on April 8th. You better mark this in your calendar right now. This is big. Mars is going to be sextiling Jupiter and Uranus. This is like raining luck. But also, and again, this is your 3rd house. So communication. So it looks like, there's so many things that could happen here. Remember, you're already becoming more influential. People are seeing you a lot more at this point. 3rd house is also writing, learning a lot of things, new knowledge, things like that. So you'll be working on a book. There's stuff that like something that is just going to be mind blowing, and really, really like elevate you. Okay. remember, Aries also in your third house is also, like I said, siblings, aunts, uncles, cousins, and neighbors. And with Jupiter in your fourth house, and there's going to be a lot of Jupiter conjunctions. So a lot of y'all will be moving and getting new neighbors, especially around April 8th or after April 8th. And if you're not moving, you could just get new neighbors, people across the hall or next door. But write that one down because it is a total solar eclipse. So if you do live in the US and Canada or North America, like if you are here, y'all, total eclipse. Hello, please Google after this video, like path of the eclipse, and see if you just go see it. Okay, go see it. It's very rare that we get to see it in the U.S. Okay, if you live here, where in the U.S. The last one that happened was I think 2016, 17. My friend and I, we actually went to Nashville to go in the path of the eclipse, and it is such a like a great like celestial event, like once in a life. Like, come on, this is a big thing. It's a big thing. You want to see it. I'm sure it lasts like 2 minutes, but it's so cool. You get the eclipse sunglasses. There's like the sense of community because you're like with all these other people. It's, it happens during the day, and the day turns to night for 2 minutes, and then it's day again. It's actually really cool. It's really cool. So try to see it. Now, the 2 biggest days, not only of the month, but of the year. Let me tell you what's happening. This is going to be insane. On April 19th, the sun moves into Taurus, but Mercury is conjuncting Venus, Mars is sextiling Jupiter, and Mars is sextiling Uranus. So is it raining luck and love and money and all that goodness, breakthroughs? Yes, it is. This is just one of many, but this is the biggest one where it's like good luck and good fortune. Like this is like you could be at the right place at the right time kind of thing. Like it's a very auspicious day. Now, what makes it more auspicious is the day after. Now, remember, these aspects are points in time. Now, you clump it with what's happening with the 20th, Jupiter conjuncting Uranus in Taurus. This is that aspect that's rare. 13 years, y'all. It's been 13 years. And so this is a big breakthrough, reset button in your life, rebirth energy. This is happening in your 4th house. Okay. So family, home, children. This is one of the best days. Like this is like, I cannot wait to see what happens around this time, and keywords around this time, because remember, Jupiter and Uranus are outer planets. And so if you don't feel anything that happens around this day, oh, you will. In weeks to come, you will. You'll feel it for sure. But again, your 4th house. So a lot of y'all are definitely moving around this time, moving in with partners. That it could also be... it really could also be something like where you're buying property or something like that, or maybe getting a new roommate, or there's just something home related, maybe getting married around this time, maybe getting proposed to, because it is, remember, like your significant other as well, something around there, your children, something amazing happening with your children, your parents, just so many goodness around this time. So much goodness. Now, April 29th, Venus moves into Taurus. Venus moves into its domicile. Venus loves being in Taurus. Venus rules Taurus. The day after, Mars moves into Aries. Mars is in its domicile. Mars rules Aries. So the last 2 days of April, I mean, buckle your seatbelts. That's all I'm going to say for now, because they're going to be here for weeks. Now, they move into May, which is what I said earlier, the best day of the month. We kick it off on, May 7th, we have a new moon in Taurus, one of the best new moons of the year. One of the best new moons of the year. We have Venus in Taurus. We got Uranus, the sun, the moon, Jupiter in Taurus. Oh my goodness. We got Saturn, Neptune in really great alignment here. This is huge. So again, around this time, some of y'all are just something new, having a baby, getting proposed to, getting married, moving into a new home, things like that, closing on a house, things like that. On the 18th, now the sun conjuncting Jupiter, this is the luckiest day of the year. Jupiter Kazemi. Luckiest day of the year. So use this day to your advantage. Now, this is going to stand out a lot because Venus will conjunct Uranus this day. So something very sudden, surprising could happen in matters of love and money and beauty and sex and whatnot. So remember this year. Come on. May's amazing. And then, oh gosh, mark down May 22nd. Sun trining Pluto. So remember, we're in Gemini season at this point. The sun is in Gemini, but remember Pluto's in your sign. So this is double air, but this is like, so you're going to be in your element. This is sun trining Pluto in your sign. Huge day for money and communication could be a big thing. But I really, really, really love the 23rd, the full moon in Sagittarius. Oh my goodness. So Venus is moving into Gemini on that same day. Venus will conjunct Jupiter. Venus will also sextile Neptune while Jupiter sextiles Neptune. Hello. This is amazing. One of the best full moons of the year. So remember, if you're actually watching this video in December 2023, the week that I actually release it, remember we have that new moon in Sagittarius. December 12th or December 13th. So something that you launch around this time, you'll have some activity around this full moon in Sagittarius. They correspond. You better be planting seeds during this new moon. You better be planting seeds. And then, of course, on the 25th is the big day when Jupiter, the planet of good fortune, expansion, good luck, and prosperity, profit, moves into Gemini. All right. So your fifth house. So fifth house is all about love, pleasure, romance, sex, procreation, family, children, creativity, self-expression, recreation. It's the fun house. So you're about to move into the funnest year you've had since 2012. Since 2012, 2013. Think about what happened around that time. Now, here's the other thing. It's not even just about that. I mean, like there could have been like a lot of love around that time. But Jupiter is going to be in Gemini until June 2025. So it's not just like it ends in December. It's for the first 6 months of 2025 as well. You have no idea. Come on. Well, now you do because I just told you. So where are we now? April, May. Okay. And so June, mark down June 2nd, Jupiter trine Pluto. This is the biggest money day of the year. Remember, Pluto is in your sign and Jupiter is the planet of good fortune, expansion, profit. This is you have no, come on. I'm going to stop saying you have no idea because I keep telling you. So you do have an idea. So just write this in. This is you could just this is a cash cow day. So the other day that's really great is on the 4th. I like this because Mercury will be conjuncting Jupiter and also trining Pluto. And why is this great is because Mercury at this point is in Gemini. Where Mercury rules Gemini, so it's in its domicile, so it's already really great. But then remember, that's all in your fifth house, and now it's conjuncting Jupiter and Pluto. Pluto also being in your sign, and this is just amazing. This is one of those days where you may sign a contract, and there's a lot of luck around it. Day, growth, expansion. This is definitely the best day of the month because one thing I did not say is that the sun will conjunct Venus on this day as well. So we have a Venus Cazimi. And so you're going to be golden. You're golden. This is one of the best days of the year for you too. And then on June 6th, we have a new moon in Gemini. This is one of the best new moons. And for you particularly, because again, it's in your fifth house of love, pleasure, romance, creativity, self-expression, procreation. And this new moon in Gemini, come on, the sun, the new moon, Mercury, Venus, and Jupiter, all in Gemini, and Jupiter trining Pluto in your sign. You, like Aquarius, I said this is going to be a life-changing year for you. I'm not even joking. Life-changing year for you. And so, okay, so let's see what's going on for you for April, May, and June. There are, okay, and then we do have a couple squares that we're gonna see these squares, but oh, interesting. You're gonna be so good. You're good. You're absolutely 1000% good. So you did get the 5 of Swords. Just choose your battles wisely. I just said, like, there's gonna be some squares, like so there's in June mostly. It's when it's happening. That's when you start seeing it. You won't see it for a little bit, then it comes back. But Venus will square Saturn, and then the Sun will square Saturn, and then Mars will square Pluto, then Mercury will square Saturn. I mean, this is all happening mid-June, and then there's a chunk of planets moving into Cancer, and then your ruling planet, well, your traditional ruler, Saturn, will go retrograde. This is all happening at the end of June, okay? So it's just like there could be like feel a little bit of pressure around that time. Just choose your battles wisely, because like when that happens, like you could be a little defensive. Know all the facts too. Just know all the facts is a big message coming through. But anyway, Gemini is all about communication, by the way. So choose your battles wisely. There may be a situation where you may want to be like, don't, okay? Don't. Now, the reason why is because you got the Empress and the King of Swords. So this is saying everything's going to work out for you anyway. So you're going to be good, all right? Should any kind of like challenge rise or egos or whatnot, okay? And it's more, I'm actually getting more of like, you know, Aquarians are the geniuses, and you have Pluto in your sign for 20 years. Like, so it could be like you being like sharp tongued at some points, like, you know, just especially with the 5 of Swords. And the only reason I'm dwelling on this a little bit more is because it is an Aquarius card. All right. But then you got the Empress and then the King of Cups. And so the Empress, a goddess, ruled by Venus, Aphrodite here. This is living life through pleasure, passion. Remember, in May, Jupiter does move into Gemini in your 5th house. And then it's all about abundance. It's all about abundance. This is all about abundance and living life through pleasures. Remember, 5th house, house of pleasure. And so you start feeling it in the 2nd quarter, okay? Not that you don't in the beginning, because you do. There's a lot of new stuff happening for you. But this is just so amazing. This is just a lot of, like, she holds a golden scepter. Only one of 2 people in tarot that hold that golden scepter, and that golden scepter creates all this abundance, all this richness in your life. And then remember, I said a lot of y'all are going to be having babies. Well, the Empress is pregnant. Now, a lot of y'all are going to be starting new things that you're really passionate about too. 3 is all about creation as well. So really great. And then King of Cups, it's like whatever happens at this point, you are like on your game emotionally, okay? Emotionally. And it's almost like there's this perfect alignment from what you want and what's happening, because look, you got the pair, you got the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups. All right, you got the Queen of Cups in your crown, so a lot of that spiritual energy, spiritual ascension, spiritual awakening for a lot of y'all as well, especially with the Hermit and the heart of your spread. But the King of Cups, very intuitive, very psychic, very, you know, it just on top of his emotions. All right, this is absolutely amazing. And again, a lot of sexual energy. There's a lot of sex. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be that blunt about it. But anyway, so let's see what's going on next for you. July, August, and September. July, the best day for you. You know, I do love the new moon in Cancer on July 5th. It's a great day, okay, because Mars is super harmonious. There's a bundle of planets in Cancer at this point. It is your 6th house, so everyday activities, work projects. There could be some project that you launch around this time. Also, health is in the 6th house. There's something really great regarding health. So keep that in mind. And then I love actually that Venus does move into Leo on July 11th. And so this is really great. 7th house. Partnerships and relationships here. Remember, Venus is all about love and money, right? And creativity and a lot of other things, but still partnerships that can relate to career or home and love. Remember, you got the 2 of Cups in your external factors area. What else do I really like for you? Okay, so those, July 15th, I'd pay attention to this. Mars conjuncting Uranus. This is again this is like that rebellious, like middle child energy. But this is more like my way or the highway energy. It depends on how you use it. Remember, Uranus is your ruling planet. Never forget that, okay? And so this can have a little bit more of an effect on you, but it could be a big day of a breakthrough that you've been seeking. And then we move into Leo season, and then August. On the 4th, we have that new moon in Leo. So remember, Venus is in Leo up until this point. This new moon in Leo, I love that Jupiter and Mars, really great alignment here. So one of the best new moons that I love, again, for you, Aquarius, this is your house of partnerships and relationships. So you see how we're moving toward a lot of like partnership, relationship activity for you. And that, again, can be work, career, BFF, your Romy to your Michelle. August 7th, I love the sun sextiling Jupiter. This is absolutely amazing because on the same day, Mercury will conjunct Venus. Great day to socialize. Mercury's actually retrograde at this point, so it could be with a lot of people from the past, but it's a great day. And in fact, I would say the best day of the month. This is definitely the best day of the month. One of two, all right? I'm going to tell you the second one. 3, okay? One of 3. On the 14th, Mars conjuncting Jupiter. Absolutely amazing. Just take action this day. Just take action for the things that you want because you will have Jupiter on your side for that expansion, that luck in that area. Also, remember, Gemini is the twin. So you're going to see a lot of things come in twos, especially with Jupiter because Jupiter is in Gemini in your 5th house of love. So it could be like a lot of, maybe 2 suitors if you're dating or you get what I'm going with this, but the 5th house is like children, so you could have 2 kids, and so you'll see that, but you'll see it a lot more if you're in touch with your intuitive side when your 6th sense is over, your pineal gland is awakened. Those are the days. Oh, and then on the 29th, August 29th, Venus trine Pluto. Powerful when it comes to love and money for you. Powerful, very powerful day. Write it down. Same day that Venus does move into Libra. I absolutely love that. Venus is in its rulership. So this is a day like just a lot of power and love and money and empowerment. So okay, and then September, now we're going like heavily into retrograde season. Now we're going to see a lot more like oppositions and squares. We do have that full moon lunar eclipse, okay? That is going to happen on this September 17th. That's in Pisces, but I actually like it because Saturn is conjuncting the full moon. I mean, there's going to be some stability behind this. And remember, there's a lot of stuff happening here in your 2nd house of money. All right. So keep that in mind. I have to backtrack a little bit on the 14th, Venus trining Jupiter. This is the best day of the month. Remember, Venus is all about love and money. Jupiter's in your 5th house of pleasure. Really, really, really great day. Now, on the 20th, the sun is opposite Neptune. Remember, Neptune is in Pisces in your 2nd house of money, so don't sign anything around this day, especially this day. Okay. What I do love though is that Mars is going to trine Saturn on September 29th. So this is another one of those days where you just put something into action and you're going to see Saturn brings that stability, okay? This commitment energy. And so you can see a lot of long-term goals around this time, especially when it has to do with money, all right? When it has to do with money. And then on the 30th, the sun conjuncts Mercury. I love this one for you. We have a Mercury Kazemi here. In Libra, by the way. So again, your 9th house, publishing, long distance travel, spirituality. So let's see what's going on for you. July, August, September. Again, you see that there's so much happening, especially with y'all, with a lot of these aspects. So Aquarius, let's see what's going on for July, August, and September. And you're golden. You're gold. You're a golden Graham. You have strength, Leo. So again, that partnership, relationship energy, huge. And then it being card 8, 2024 being the year of 8, abundance, wealth, success. And then you even see the infinity symbol in the shape of the 8, right? Over her head. One of 2 people that actually have that. So there you go. Infinite possibilities that come with that strength that you're going to feel. Okay. You're going to feel, especially because, remember what I said, Venus moving into Leo, Mercury's going to be in Leo. We have that new moon in Leo. All that energy in Leo and partnerships and relationships. Knight of Swords, just charging forward. Okay, charging forward. Really being bold, really being courageous. That's what the Knight of Swords is, especially with like things that are, logic and intellect, communication, coming right after the Strength card, which is all about courage anyway. Like you're on a roll moving toward the King of Wands. Hello, King of Wands is Leo. So wow, huge, huge, huge. King of Wands, you got the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. You got the pair. You also got the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups. That's crazy. You're good. You're really good. King of Wands, he's like the entrepreneur as well, but he's more like transformational and more exterior facing, like as in like people see him as, I say he's the Steve Jobs of tarot. I mean, very influential, very inspiring, but it's like people see him as the leader, but he's also full of passion and big transformation that happens with the King of Wands. Again, wands are your passions, ideas, creativity, but also like very work related too. Now, when we move to the last season, October 2nd, mark this in your calendar, new moon solar eclipse in Libra. I love that Venus. Remember, Venus is in Libra. Venus is conjuncting Uranus, your modern ruler. So this is just a game-changing day, game-changing eclipse. This is a big one. Really, you could get really good, surprising news around this time. Now, I love October 4th for you, Venus trining Saturn. Again, this is a date you could meet your soulmate if you're single. If you're in a relationship, you could just do something that's just like taking something to like the next level. Commitment energy is really strong. And then Venus trining Mars on the 8th. You know what happens when Venus and Mars gets together. So really great days there. But the best day of October would be the 13th, the Sun trining Jupiter. Best day of the month, and one of the best days of the year too. I'll put it out there. That is one of the best days of the year. So I really love that for you. I do love Venus moving into Sagittarius on the 17th, and then we enter Sagittarius season. But what I love more is November, the new moon in Scorpio. This is a lot of y'all could start new careers around this time. Scorpio is your 10th house of career, not only career, but fame, public recognition, honors, achievements. And on this new moon, like we have a golden triangle, a water triangle. We have Mars in Cancer, Neptune in Pisces, Mercury in Scorpio. I really love this. All the other outer planets are like really good placements around this time too. So this is one of the best new moons and one of the best days. Now, on November 4th, I really love the Sun trining Saturn. Start something new, please. Start something new. And again, Saturn being in Pisces in your second house, money related. There could be something that you do. Again, remember I said there's a lot of cycles within 2024. So again, this is just really great for you. Ooh, and then I love, mark this in your calendar, the new moon in Sagittarius on the 30th. That's your 11th house of your hopes and wishes. So really good one. Jupiter's in really great alignment here. Now, December is when, so Venus moves into your sign on December 6th. Mars will go retrograde that same day. And again, we'll talk about this in a year from now. So things just kind of like start slowing down, or we'll talk about it in a year. But I do love that full moon in Gemini on the 15th. It's conjuncting Jupiter, some inner planets that are in really good alignment. And again, this is your 5th house of pleasure and fun. But the best day of the month would be the 19th, Venus trining Jupiter. This is the best day of the month. I absolutely love this day. Really, 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 really nice. You may be in your head a little bit over New Year's Eve, okay? And the reason I say that is because we have a new moon in Capricorn on the 30th, and remember that is your 12th house. And then also Saturn and Mars are like doing the like kind of like fight. So it's just like the New Year's may just be like, I can see you being a little bit more alone than being social, but in any case, you're Aquarians. You're very independent. And so you see how October, November, December, a lot of big things happening for you. A lot of big things happening. It's insane. Some of the best days of the month, even though we're in retrograde season, even though there's, some squares, which, we'll talk about when we get to that point. But let's see what's going on for you for October, November, and December. You're good. Remember, big like money, 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 money. This is the biggest pentacle in the deck, and you see the golden pathway, the archway. I mean, this is like a gateway to like some new chapter in your life, new cycle in your life, but with a lot of money and wealth involved. And then you have the Two of Swords. Very interesting, because this is at that point where you're really going to have to let things go. When it comes to, it can be a partnership or a relationship, but I am getting more of that ninth house energy, especially because this card is attributed to Moon in Libra. And remember, Libra's in your south node, so letting something go in the ninth house. So, but this is just really going within and trusting your intuition. You do see the sliver of the moon, and you are going to be absolutely fine, because you did get the Queen of Swords. 2 Libra cards. And so, yeah, you're going to be fine. Queen of Swords. All that intellect, all that like fairness, seeing things for what they are, truth being the biggest thing of all. Remember, being honest with yourself, but having integrity with everything that you do anyway. But remember, you have the Ace of Swords in your final outcome, and you have the Queen of Swords here. So this is like amazing. So I mean, come on, you have the Queen of Wands in your future. You got the Hermit. You got the Two of Cups. You have the Six of Wands. You have the Ace of Swords. You've got a few challenging cards, but of course, like everyone's you've got the 2 pages here. You have the Ace here. You have the Empress. You have Strength. You got the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups. You got the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. I mean, like, you're good. You're good. Okay. You're good. Wow. You got 4 out of the 5 swords in the court cards. You got the Page of Swords, the Queen of Swords, the Knight of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. It's so funny because the King of Swords, like, always seems to show up in your spreads, and it didn't this time, but even still, like, this is pretty powerful. So again, it seems like the huge shift in the way that you see things, but a lot of intellect, a lot of logic, a lot of you making like really good decisions, the best decisions for yourself, and being very honest with yourself. You're good. You're good. Oh my goodness, Aquarius, thanks so much for tuning in. If you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments, let me know. Oh my gosh, an hour and 20 minutes. You're worth it. Aquarius, you're worth it. You know you are. Team Aquarius, thanks so much. I will see you next week. Bye-bye.